Dear students, so in the last classes we were studying the first chapter, namely the basic concepts of chemistry. So today we will start the next chapter, namely the second chapter, thermodynamics. What is thermodynamics? You know, there are different types of energies, namely heat energy, light energy, mechanical energy, electrical energy, solar energy, wind energy, etc. So, one form of energy can be converted into another form of energy. But in thermodynamics, we will study the conversion of heat energy into other forms of energy and other forms of energy into heat energy. So that is the subject matter of thermodynamics. What is thermodynamics? The study of conversion of heat energy into other forms of energy and other forms of energy into heat energy is known as thermodynamics. Thermo means heat. The literal meaning of thermodynamics means transfer of heat energy into other form of energy and other form of energy into heat energy. That is the definition of thermodynamics. So write down what is thermodynamics. Thermodynamics. So the study of interconversion of heat energy into another form of energy. The study of interconversion of heat energy into another form of energy is called thermodynamics. Interconversion means heat energy into other form of energy and other form of energy into heat energy. That is the meaning of interconversion of. So the study of interconversion of heat energy into another form of energy or other form of energy into heat energy is known as thermodynamics. So next we will study thermodynamic terms. So to study thermodynamics, we have to familiar with some of the terms used in thermodynamics, namely system, number 2 surroundings, and number 3 boundary. We have to familiar with the words or the terms system, surroundings, boundary. So I will give you an example. Say for example, I have taken water in a beaker. So this is water and this one is beaker. So we have taken water to study the sum of the properties of water in a beaker. So here water is considered as the system. Then the space around the beaker is called surroundings. So any substance of our study, for example, if I want to study the piece of chalk, I have considered piece of chalk for our study. How to study this one? So what are the materials from which this piece of chalk is made of? So here this piece of chalk is the subject matter of our study, therefore it is called the system. On the other hand, if I talk about this one, duster, if I talk about this duster becomes the system. The space around this duster becomes surroundings. Then what is a system? So system is the part of the universe. It is the part of the universe which is under our consideration or which is under our study. Study means thermodynamic study is called the system. What is the system? The substance or the part of the universe which is under our study, or which is under our consideration is called system. Here water is taken for study or consideration, therefore water becomes the system. And then what is surroundings? The remaining portion of the universe other than the system. The remaining portion of the universe other than the system is called surroundings. Then the system and surroundings are separated by a real or imaginary demarcation. Here water and surroundings are separated by the wall of the beaker. So this is the wall of the beaker. So here wall of the beaker is called boundary. So then what is a system? Part of the universe which is under our thermodynamic study, or part of the universe which is under our consideration is called system. The remaining portion of the universe other than the system is called surroundings. The system and the surroundings are separated by a real, it may be a real or imaginary demarcation which is called boundary. And then this system can exchange matter or energy with the surroundings. Say for example, if this is hot water, what happens? Water vapor will go out. Otherwise, if it is cold water, ice cold water, so water vapor from the air will come inside the system. That means a system can exchange matter or material. So it can exchange matter and also it can exchange heat, energy, or it can exchange energy in the form of heat. So if it is hot water, what happens? Heat may goes out. If it is hot water, the water vapor will go out. So a system can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings. Matter may go out or may come into the system. From water vapor may go out from system to surroundings, or water vapor may come into the system from the surroundings. Similarly, heat can go out of the system or heat can come into the system from the surroundings. So that is the definition of system, surroundings and boundary. So first write down what is a system. What is a system? System, a part of the universe, which is under our study or consideration. Part of the universe which is under our study or consideration is called a system. Then what is surroundings? Surroundings. So the remaining portion of the universe, the remaining portion of the universe, the remaining portion of the universe other than the system, is called surroundings, And then what is boundary? A real or imaginary demarcation, a real or imaginary demarcation between the system and the surroundings. A real or imaginary demarcation between the system and the surroundings is called boundary. Full stop. Next line. A system can exchange both energy and matter. A system can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings. Here energy means it may be in the form of heat or it may be in the form of work. A system can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings. So now example, let us consider water in a beaker. So write this figure. So water in a beaker. Here water is called the system, and then the space around water is called surroundings, and then wall of the beaker is called boundary. And then matter. Here what is the matter? Water vapor is the matter. It can go out of the system or go into the system. And then energy. Here heat energy may go out of the system, may go into the system. That means a system can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings. So then let us consider water in a beaker, and then write down here water is the system, the space around the beaker, is the surroundings, and the wall of the beaker is called boundary. Water is the system. The space around the beaker is called surroundings and wall of the beaker is the boundary. Wall of the beaker is the boundary. Next, write down system and surroundings are together forms the universe. So, system plus surroundings, system plus surroundings is equal to universe. System and the surroundings, system plus surroundings together form the universe. So this is about the thermodynamic terms. What are the thermodynamic terms? System, surroundings and the boundary. So next we will study the types of system. Types of system. So, you know what is a system? Part of the universe which is under our thermodynamic study is called a system. For example, if you conduct a reaction in a beaker, reaction is the system. If you talk about water, water is the system. If you talk about anything, that becomes the system, the remaining portion becomes surroundings. And then coming to the types of system, there are three types of systems. Types of systems. There are three types of systems. Number one, open system. Number two, closed system. And number three, isolated system. Isolated system. Open system, closed system and isolated system. So now let us study one by one. What is an open system? What is a closed system? And what is an isolated system? So first one, open system. Open system. Write down a system which can exchange both energy and matter. A system which can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings. With the surroundings is called an open system. An open system. A system which can exchange both energy and matter. Which can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings is called an open system. Example, hot water in an open vessel. Hot water in an open vessel is an example for open system. So suppose this is a beaker, it contains, this is hot water, here hot water is the system. So and then this one is the surroundings, this is surroundings, and then this there is exchange of matter, namely water vapor. So water vapor may go out of the system, so it can exchange matter. Here matter is water vapor, and it can also exchange energy. Here heat. So hot water, if you place hot water in an open vessel, what happens? Water vapor will go out of the system and heat will also go out of the system. Therefore, it is an example for open system, a system which can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings. It can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings is called an open system. It is an open system. So then what is a closed system? Closed system. So if you close this one, so you place hot water in a beaker, and if you close this one, what happens? So this is hot water, it is a system. So if you close this container, what happens? There will be no exchange of matter, but there is exchange of heat, there is exchange of energy. No exchange of matter, but there is exchange of heat, hot water in a closed vessel. So this one is surroundings. So it is a closed system. It is a closed system. A system which can exchange only energy but not matter with the surroundings. Is called a closed system. Example, hot water in a closed vessel. So or hot water in a cooker. If you place hot water in a cooker, what happens? There will be no exchange of material from the cooker, but heat will be transferred out of the system, and after some time the cooker will become cold to the room temperature. So such a system, hot water in a cooker or hot water in a closed vessel, are example for closed system. What is a closed system? A system which can exchange only energy but not matter with the surroundings is called a closed system. What is an open system? A system which can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings is called a open system. Example, hot water in an open vessel. Hot water in a closed vessel is an example for closed system, because in this system there is exchange of only energy but not matter with the surroundings. What is a closed system? Write down. A system which can exchange only energy or heat, which can exchange only energy but not matter with the surroundings. Is called a closed system. So example, hot water in a pressure cooker. Hot water in a pressure cooker, or hot water in a closed vessel. Closed vessel is an example for closed system. So then coming to third one, isolated system. Isolated system. So this is a closed system. So if you insulate this one, this is insulation. What is insulation? It will not allow even heat to go out. That is called insulation. So this is insulation. So if the vessel is closed and it is insulated on all the sides, what happens? Energy will not also go out or come into the system. So such a system is known as isolated system. Isolated system. So a system which cannot exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings is called a closed system. A system which cannot exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings is called an isolated system. Example, hot coffee in a thermos flask. In thermos flask, what happens? There is insulation and it is also closed. Therefore, there will be no exchange of both material as well as heat energy with the surroundings. Therefore, it is an isolated system. So, write an isolated system. What is an isolated system? Isolated system. So, third type of system is isolated system. A system which cannot exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings is called an isolated system. An isolated system. Example, you write this figure for isolated system. This is closed vessel and also it is insulated closed vessel. Here no exchange of matter, no exchange of energy with the surroundings. This is the surroundings. Here inside this closed insulated water, there is hot water in the closed insulated vessel. It becomes the system and the surrounding area becomes the surroundings. So, what is an example for isolated system? Example, hot coffee in a thermos flask. So, thermos flask is an insulated vessel. So, these are the three types of system: open system, closed system, isolated system. A system which can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings is called an open system. A system which can exchange only energy but not matter with the surroundings is called a closed system. A system which cannot exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings is called an isolated system. Example for open system, hot water in an open vessel. Closed system, hot water in a closed vessel or hot water in a pressure cooker. And for isolated system, hot coffee in a thermos flask. So, the definition of all these things will be asked in your examination. So learn the definitions of system, surroundings, open system, closed system and isolated system. So now we will understand what is the state of a system. What is the meaning of state of a system? So next, state of a system. Say for example, I have taken, say, water in a beaker. So this one is water. So at the laboratory temperature and 1 atmospheric pressure, what is the state of water? So at lab temperature and 1 atmospheric pressure or 1 bar pressure, the state of water is liquid. So this is the state of water. So at laboratory temperature and 1 bar pressure or 1 atmospheric pressure, what is the state of water? Water will be in the liquid state. So if you decrease the temperature to 0 degrees centigrade and 1 bar pressure, so at 0 degrees centigrade, water is converted into ice. That means solid. Water is converted into solid. So at 100 degrees centigrade and 1 bar pressure, water is converted into steam. So that is gaseous state. So the state of, to define the state of a system, we have to mention what is the condition of temperature, what is the condition of pressure, what is the condition of, what is the composition of water, etc. So that is, the state of a system is decided by the factors like temperature, pressure, composition, etc. So what is the state of a system? A system is said to be in a given state when the variable properties like pressure, temperature, composition, etc. have definite values. The state of a system is said to be in a given state when the thermodynamic values like pressure, temperature, composition, etc. have fixed values. So what is the state of a system? Write down. A system is said to be in a given state. A system is said to be in a given state when the thermodynamic properties like temperature, pressure, composition, etc. have definite values. So a system is said to be in a given state. So for example, If I say water is in the liquid state, if water to be in the liquid state, the temperature should be above its freezing point, below its boiling point, is it not? We have to mention the temperature, we have to mention the pressure, we have to mention the composition. A system is said to be in a given state when the thermodynamic properties like pressure, temperature, composition have definite values. So if I say water is in liquid, the temperature should be, we have to mention the temperature. When water is in ice, we have to mention the temperature. When water is in steam, we have to mention the temperature. So the value of these thermodynamic variables, namely pressure, temperature, the state of a system depends upon the values of these thermodynamic properties. So to fix the state of a system, we have to fix the values of these thermodynamic properties. So to define the state of a system, we have to mention the values of pressure, temperature, composition, etc. So that is the meaning of, say for example, piece of chalk is in the solid state. At what temperature? At laboratory temperature, or if it is up to 600 degrees, 700 degrees centigrade. When it is heated above certain its melting point, it will be in the liquid state. So that means below its melting point, it will be in the solid state. Above its melting point, it will be in the liquid state. Therefore, to define the state of a substance, we have to mention what is the value of temperature, what is the value of pressure, what is the composition of the material. So that is the meaning of that one. A system is said to be in a given state when the thermodynamic state, when the thermodynamic properties like temperature, pressure, composition, etc. have definite values. And then standard state of a system. What is the standard state? The most stable state of a system, the most stable state of a system at 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure. 1 bar pressure. 1 bar pressure is 100 kilopascals pressure is called 1 bar pressure, is the standard state of the system. So the system at 298 Kelvin means 25 degrees centigrade, that is the laboratory temperature and laboratory pressure. It is considered as the standard state of a system. So what is state of a system? A system is said to be in a given state when the thermodynamic properties like pressure, temperature, composition have definite values. Next, what is the standard state of a system? The state of a system, the most stable state of a system at 298 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure is called standard state of a system. So that is the standard state of system. Then what are state functions? State functions. So the state of a system depends upon the values of temperature, pressure, composition, etc. Is it not? The state of a system depends upon the values of temperature, pressure, composition, etc. So these variables which decide the state of a system are called state variables or state functions. The properties like the properties like pressure, temperature, composition, etc., which decide the state of a system are called state function. The state of a system depends upon the values of pressure, temperature and composition. So these properties are called state functions. What are state functions? Write down. The properties, write down. The variable properties like pressure, temperature, composition. Variable properties like pressure, temperature, composition, etc., which decide the state of a system are called state functions. State functions or what are the properties which depends on the initial and the final state of a system. The properties which depends on the initial and the final state of a system are called state functions. Example: entropy, enthalpy. These terms you will going to learn in your next later classes. Write down simply entropy. entropy, entropy, enthalpy, 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 internal energy, etc. So the properties which depends upon whether water is in the liquid state or whether water is in the solid state or whether water is in the gaseous state. Such properties are also called state functions. The properties which depends on the initial. So when water is at laboratory temperature, what is the state of water? Liquid. When water is heated, what happens? It changes from liquid state to gaseous state. Initial state is the liquid state, final state is the gaseous state. So these values, the values of these properties, namely entropy, enthalpy, internal energy, depends upon the state of the system, whether it in the initial state or in the final state, but not depends upon the way in which that state is achieved. So the properties which depends on the initial and the final state of the system are called state functions. Also write down, they do not depend upon the way in which that state is reached. They do not depend upon the way in which that state is reached. For example, liquid water is converted into steam. So the values of these properties depends upon whether it is in the water state or in the steam state, but they do not depend upon the way in which it is converted into liquid state to vapor state or solid state to liquid state or liquid state to solid state, etc. So these functions are called state functions. Understand? So coming to system definition, there are three types of system: open system, closed system, isolated system. And then coming to state of system. What is the state of system? The state of a system depends upon the values of pressure, temperature, and to define the state of a system, we have to mention the values of pressure, temperature, composition, etc. Or the state of a system depends upon the values of the variable factors like pressure, temperature, composition, etc. What is the standard state of a system? The most stable state of a system at 298 Kelvin temperature and 1 bar pressure is called the standard state of a system. Then what are state functions? The variable factors or properties like pressure, temperature, composition, etc. which must be fixed or which decide the state of a system are called state variables. Also, what are state functions? The properties whose values depends upon the initial and final state of a system are called state functions, namely internal energy, etc. So this is enough for today and I will continue tomorrow. So to understand thermodynamics, you have to have some imaginary ideas. So learn little by little, I will make you to understand. Okay? Thank you.